is up, everybody? Welcome to Rev Time. I hope you're all doing well. Hey, do me a favor and hit that like button if you're digging this content, but also if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing and ringing that bell as we do videos on the weekly. So we've got the Rev Time video, which I do every week, but we also have a live stream that happens every Wednesday night. And if you're subscribed, you'll be able to catch that content. It won't kind of slip away without you noticing it was there. Okay, so cool. This is what I want to talk about today, and it's how I employ my tilt overdrive for all kinds of different things. Of course, you can have it, be a boost and an overdrive, but it's much more than that, or can be, and there's really no rules with this pedal. One of the ways that I employ this pedal is if I've got a really nice bass tone, but I need it to be something different. Not from the perspective, of like, oh, well, my amp doesn't sound good, this will make it sound better. Of course, this pedal can do that, but this is more based on I need my amp to just be a completely different characteristic. And, instead of needing to get up and change the tone stack completely on the amp to do that, or switch amps, I would rather stay in a workflow. So in this case, I'm using my D20, my tried and true D20. It's kind of a blackface Fendery kind of voice, which sounds great, but it isn't necessarily going to work for every single parameter within like a working environment. You might need a Vox, you might need a Marshall. There's all kinds of different tones that, you could end up needing. So in this case, I'm using, as I mentioned, my D20. I've got it set up kind of blackface Fender. I'm using a 1x12 IR, which comes stock on this amplifier. It's like a Royer 57 mic combination. And it really sounds great. It's warm, it's definitely that, clean blackface Fender thing. Sounds really good. But what if I need more of, let's say, kind of a matchless sing, like somewhere between maybe a matchless Clubman and maybe an HC30, I can do that by employing the tilt. Obviously, the boost side of the tilt has that really expressive tilt EQ along with a boost. So check it out. So obviously, I'm boosting the signal, but I'm doing that more to get a different characteristic out of the amplifier. I could turn the boost down. So now I'm not really boosting as much, and I'm getting that new character on the top end especially. But I wanted to push just a little bit to just create, a lot of those kind of Vox style amps, they'll break up a little bit. They have a certain kind of harmonic thing, especially when they're breaking up a bit. So I'm running a little bit more boost in there just to further get into that kind of, Vox style territory. Now you can see where I've got that tilt EQ set. It's about noon, and I'm keeping the tight switch in the center because I'm not really trying to necessarily make the tone skinnier to fit in a track as much as I just want a new characteristic. So that can stay where it is. I'm not going to cut any lows. I could go brighter with the tilt EQ and really get into almost kind of top boost territory. But I like it, you know, about here. It's a little bit more pillowy in the low end, but it's still giving me that characteristic that I dig. Now, you can go beyond that, and I'll show you just really quickly what I mean by using both sides of the pedal together. So I've got this tone, and really I'm not looking for like, oh, well, what's the next gain stage? I'm really looking for, well, what's another voice? And that's where we can go ahead and employ the drive side of the pedal, but really low gain. So now I've got kind of a different sounding amp. So essentially this could end up being like an always on type of voice, but it's really workflow. So I've gone from this, which is a great sound, to this. Or if I need it cleaner, I can just do the boost side. This is just giving me a little bit more, I guess it's putting a little bit of hair on it. But you can see how low I have the gain, and the volume isn't jumping dramatically. It's just there to give it a more kind of amp-like feel, maybe a little bit more pushed amplifier if I did need to go brighter. I can roll that tilt the other way, towards the left, and it'll make it brighter. And if I'm using, you know, all of the pedal, if I need to, I can go ahead and roll some lows in here without changing what I've set here. If I wanted to take up a little bit more room in the low end. Okay, cool. So let me know in the comments below, you know, what you think of that type of approach. Like I said, that's just workflow. This would be a lifesaver just on a session. Just having it here on my desk, I can immediately get a completely different character out of my amp and the tone simply by employing this and just dialing it in a way that's appropriate. And once again, in this case, really low gain on this side, just tone enhancer on really both sides. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you next time.